How do you turn around a negative situation? Today we're going to talk about 6 simple steps to do just that. And most importantly, why not use complaining or some negative situation to your advantage? My name is Jilda. Welcome if you're here for the first time. Welcome back if you're joining again. We're going to be going through the steps right now, but I also wanted to remind you that there is a bonus tip at the very end, so stick around. So step number 1 is to separate yourself from the actual situation. Step number 2 is to give yourself permission to actually vent. And this is temporary. You're just getting it off of your chest, allowing the feelings to come through, and then be done with it. Step number 3 is to get yourself into a peaceful or centered state, whether it's through a mini meditation, taking some deep belly breaths, and just waiting for a moment or two until you feel calmer. It could also look like journaling things out or taking a long walk in nature, anything that's going to get you closer to your happy place. Number 4. Now this is an interesting one and it might be a little bit unusual. And this requires you to, again, be in that calm state. And you're going to write down 10 things that you're grateful for about the situation. And I've tried this multiple times and had some of my clients do this as well. And it's very interesting. What happens is usually the first 2 or 3 are relatively easy to come up with. But once you try to get past that, I encourage you to challenge yourself, even if you have to come back to it, to really go for all 10, because it definitely puts things in perspective and gives you a new framework to work with that's much more positive. I chose an example, but to keep this video concise, I'm going to do it in a separate video. I take a challenging, at least for me, thing that I tend to complain about, which is not having enough time. So definitely stay tuned and check out the other video that I'll be doing on examples that I use, just like in this one, of top 10 reframes for not having enough time. And then number 5 is actually release this, whatever it is, and hand it over. And what I mean by that is, whatever the situation is, it's not really yours. But the purpose of it is for you to learn a lesson and move on. So it's not really yours to begin with, and basically you're just gonna take it and literally, if you can imagine, picturing throwing it up in the air and to a higher source or higher power and say, I'm doing my best, this is yours, and let it go, almost like a weight is lifted off of your shoulders. Number 6 is actually to be thankful for the situation. Again, a little bit counterintuitive, but what I mean by that is just you're saying things like, thank you, and I encourage you to do this at least 3 times. Say, thank you, thank you, thank you for this opportunity, or thank you, thank you, thank you for the perfect solution that's on its way now. And really go through each thank you until you actually feel the gratitude, and do it until you actually feel it's authentically your words and you start to feel good about it. So it might be more than 3 times, which is okay. And now for the bonus tip, which is take at least 3, aim for 10 if you can, action steps toward resolving your issue. I would actually wait to let step number 5 and step number 6 see if it can work itself out on its own first, and or you could do this simultaneously. And in fact, speaking of action steps, 3 really easy action steps that you could take now is to click the link below. Take a look at and download your free guide on how to focus on your priorities. Set a time in your calendar for about 45 minutes to an hour, which is step 2, to actually go through that workbook to help you get on track. And step number 3, it's optional, but if you need further help with all of this, definitely feel free to use me as a resource and book a discovery call, and I'd love to chat with you to see how I can help. Thank you again so much for watching, and I appreciate all of you that have come back for other videos. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.